Have you ever pondered why some people fall into the pit of addiction more easily than others? It's an age-old question that continues to puzzle us. Some might say it's due to lack of willpower or moral weakness. But the truth is far more complex and intertwined with another invisible battle: mental illness. Mental illness and addiction often hold hands behind closed doors, shrouded in the dark corners of our society. It's a silent struggle, with countless individuals battling undiagnosed mental health conditions that fuel their addictions. The figures are staggering. 1 in 5 adults grapples with a mental health condition in a given year, and around half of these individuals also struggle with substance abuse. This coexistence is not mere coincidence. It's an intricate dance, a symbiotic relationship that feeds into a vicious cycle. In our quest to understand this relationship, we delve into the realm of mental health and its link with addiction. What if the enemy isn't the addiction, but rather an unseen adversary lurking in the shadows? In the vast, complex landscape of mental health and addiction, a term often echoed is dual diagnosis. This is when an individual is locked in a dance with 2 partners, a mental illness and a substance use disorder simultaneously. It's like trying to juggle whilst riding a unicycle on a tightrope. It's no easy feat, is it? Now let's delve a little deeper. Imagine a person grappling with an undiagnosed mental illness. The world can seem a daunting place, overwhelming even. To cope, they might reach out for something that dulls the noise, numbs the pain, or just makes things feel a bit more bearable, even if it's just for a moment. This is self-medication. It's like placing a bandage on a deep wound. It might hide the injury, but it doesn't heal it. Over time, these quick fixes can become a crutch, an essential part of their daily routine. The bandage becomes the wound. The temporary relief morphs into a dependency, an addiction. And there lies the hidden enemy, not just the addiction, but the undiagnosed mental illness that triggered the self-medication in the first place. So you see, it's not just about the addiction. It's a battle on 2 fronts, a war against the visible and the invisible. Why is it that we often find it easier to judge than to understand, one might ask? It is a question that probes the heart of a pervasive issue, the stigma surrounding mental health and addiction. These are not simply choices made in a vacuum. They are often the outcome of unseen battles fought behind the scenes, battles against mental illnesses that remain undiagnosed and therefore untreated. In our society, it's crucial to foster empathy and understanding rather than judgment. This is not about absolving responsibility, but about acknowledging the complex factors that contribute to addiction and offering support. It's about breaking down barriers that reinforce the stigma, barriers that often hinder recovery and prevention efforts. Remember, behind every face of addiction, there may be an untold story of mental illness. Let's change the narrative. Let's make it okay to seek help, to talk openly about our struggles. It's time we change our lenses and view addiction not just as a failing, but potentially as a cry for help from an unseen enemy. How can we help those who are silently suffering? This question is at the heart of our discussion today. Mental health awareness is not just a buzzword, it's a call to action. It's an invitation for us to open our hearts and minds to be more compassionate and understanding. It's about recognizing the signs of mental illness in ourselves and in those around us. Early diagnosis and treatment are critical in managing mental health issues. They can mean the difference between a life of struggle and a life of wellness. If you or someone you love is grappling with feelings of despair, anxiety, or any other symptoms of mental illness, don't hesitate to seek professional help. This could be a therapist, a psychiatrist, or even a trusted primary care physician. These professionals can provide the necessary guidance and treatment options to navigate through these challenging times. A strong support system is also invaluable. Friends, family, community groups, and online platforms can provide comfort, understanding, and resources. They can help to dismantle the feelings of isolation that often accompany mental illness and addiction. Remember, no one should fight this battle alone. The journey towards healing can be tough, but it's a journey worth taking. Together we can turn the tide against mental illness and addiction. We can create a world where understanding replaces judgment, where compassion overcomes stigma, and where healing is a shared journey. Because when we heal together, we grow stronger together. In this digital age where information is at our fingertips, it's crucial to equip ourselves with the right knowledge, It's time to dispel the myths, misconceptions, and misinformation about mental health. Numerous credible online platforms provide resources and tools to understand mental health better. Websites like the World Health Organization, the National Institute of Mental Health, and the American Psychiatric Association offer comprehensive guides on various mental health conditions, their symptoms, and treatment options. There are also numerous mental health apps that provide resources for managing stress, anxiety, depression, and other mental health conditions. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding mental health, its impact and ways to deal with it, can empower us to help ourselves and others. We can become advocates for mental health, not just in our personal lives, but also in our workplaces, schools, and communities. It can help us create environments where mental health is prioritized and everyone feels safe and supported. Together, we can break down the walls of ignorance and fear and pave the way for a more compassionate, understanding society. If you found this video informative and helpful, please click like and subscribe for more content like this. Your support will help us continue to raise awareness about mental health and provide resources for those in need.